All right, guys.
Christians gonna get them.
Welcome back to another session. Well, another PR Petty session. It's early. I can't even introduce my own podcast. Another session, another PR session for PR Yourself with Leah Frazier. I'm back with my resident Petty PR pro, Chandra Gore, out of the DMV area. You guys love her. She is back, but we're not talking Gorilla Glue today. Now, are we? We're talking.
Congratulations on the baby, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah, congratulations on the baby to Tessica Brown. But what we are talking about today is this Lil Nas X situation. And there's two sets we gotta dive into. The PR team for Lil Nas X, and then the PR team for his Nike shoe artist. So let's go with Lil Nas X first. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll put a link in to an article. I'm not going to link the actual video because I don't really want anything to do with saying that I was promoting it or making you say, Leah, I can never unsee this. I don't want that on my conscience. But Lil Nas X, you guys know him from Old Town Road, blew up, came out as a part of the LGBTQ plus community, just really talented entertainer, broke a lot of barriers, reached a lot of numbers with that hit, and now has come out with a song and music video that is just ultra satanic and racy. And it came on my feed, and now like the world is in a frenzy. And so, and Chandra and I, our private PR group that we're a part of, the question was, do you think his PR team approved this? I'm thinking the whole concept of the video, the visuals in the video itself, and what would you do as a publicist? So that's the question. And I have my opinion, but I'm going to let my dear guest start off with hers, and then I'll weigh in. So what do you think about this demonic, satanic video that Lil Nas X has put out?
Okay, well, wait. Let's just go ahead and say this now. The forefathers of 3-6 Mafia.
And I still listen to 3-6.
That's what I'm saying. Bone Thugs and Harmonies and the DMX. Okay, like I get why.
I gotta go look that up. It was East 1999, like a satanic chant.
Yes, it is. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, so, people dabble in what would move the meter. And I'm sorry, but ain't nobody, he did what he gave what it was supposed to be gave on this one, because guess what? He's trending. Oh, guess what? He's trending. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, whoever is
on him right now.
It was there to move the meter. Plus, you know how Prince was, wearing eyeliner, heels, and blouses back in the day. He was very androgynous. I mean, it's just elevated. It's the evolution of artistry. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, because I saw publicists like dogging, and I would have quit if he would have came to me with the satanic stuff. Okay, girl. You all know, like, some people are shock factors, and he explained, like, this is, he explained himself, which he shouldn't have. I don't feel he should have had to explain himself, because it's his bit, his art. People who support it, but I would have had to say, as a publicist, hey now listen, you got your therapist on speed dial, because the backlash is going to be something you may not handle correctly. So do we want to have the therapist come in a little bit? Because
he's always been so hilarious on social media when it comes to the clapbacks. Like, I feel like I don't know what his pronouns are, so I feel bad if I say he's the king.
Just call him that baby. Go ahead, that baby.
King, queen, prince, whatever he prefers to be called. But his clapbacks are hilarious. Like, even when he was like, look, when I came out, y'all told me to go to hell. And that's what I did in my video. And I mean, so there was a part of me that's like, I still like this kid. You know what I mean? Like, he's so funny. He did what he had to do and he owned it. So I don't think he's gonna have. It doesn't appear that he's the type of person that cares what people have to say.
Yeah, but after a while, it takes a toll on you. Cause I laugh sometimes when I'm dead serious about this, like to break. But there's a lot of the backlash that young boy is, that he's receiving is just crazy. But he's opened the door for conversation. I will say he did what he came to do. Because if you look at black and brown children who identify as homosexuals, they are hurt, and so he's bringing a light to that. Like, so this is what I'm saying. You damned if you do, damned if you don't. But the church is not in the church is mad right now. Okay, you will not do this. Okay.
I was told, or I've just been reading a bunch of articles. Like, I'm just very sensitive to what I digest, and so that's down to the music I listen to, the podcast I listen to, what I read, and so I'm fine with just seeing some of the visuals and reading the articles. But
Yeah, I ain't watching it.
I'm like, I don't need to see him. I was reading being bent over by Satan and whatever was going on with that.
That's not my.
That's a little too much for me.
I can listen to. I can. The thing is, the funny thing is that the song is totally doesn't have anything to do with the visual. Like,
and the funny thing is, I was hearing it played the other day, and I was like, I've already heard this song.
Right.
Like, it's already a popular song. So and I'm used to the days, MTV, BET, VH1 when music videos.
That would have been on After Dark. Right. That would have been on Uncut. Okay.
Hey, way Uncut After Dark.
With Nelly video. Remember that.
I'm along the same lines as you. I have the ability to kind of remove myself and see it for what it is. And so I am exactly on the same road as you are, to say, and there was a guy in the group that kind of had our same opinion, and they just chewed him a new one. And it was like, no,
yeah, I said
separating
I ain't gotta
PR and the success of the campaign, whatever they were trying to get out of it, which if it's buzz, like you said, you got it. If it's engagement online, you got organic engagement that you didn't even have to pay for.
But I hate to say this because I know we're gonna talk about this later, but did you see how it just pushed that fool in the car out the news cycle? I just want to say, but if y'all not happy about that, then y'all thank you, Lil Nas X, because we got time.
Right, Derek Jackson, you're not even important anymore. Who else
it was
the thing that we were talking about, and it's like no one's talking about Kirk Franklin anymore.
Lil Nas X was like, let me get this out of the news feed because this ain't right. So
yeah, but I mean, I'm with you. Like, I wasn't surprised. I think I was surprised at how far it went, but I wasn't surprised just because when he first came out, the outfits that he wore, I saw him constantly pushing the envelope. So for him to push it in the way that he did, I wasn't prepared for it. But like you said, if he were like a Prince, like, okay,
butt out jeans, come on now. When Prince came out with them chaps with the buttless,
and all the women were like,
but ain't nobody that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this was back in the day, there would have been a stack of CDs and somebody in a steamroller rolled it all over. Like, I'm just saying, like, I miss the theatrics of yesteryear.
Yeah, and I mean, I can separate Leah the person, Leah's beliefs, Leah's spirituality from a PR and marketing campaign, which they hit it and they knew what it was going to do. So you can't tell me that they're not prepared, like you said, and they did not prepare him. Yeah. To your point, there have been other artists that have been labeled things. And so the perfect setup is to now rebrand his ass and like shoot him off in another direction. So it's like,
and that's what he's going to do.
Exactly. And to me, when we talk about life cycles and artists that are entertainers that have like this long staying power, that's what it is. It's like, okay, Nicki Minaj, you come out, you're overly sexualized. You're this. Okay, now you're a mom. We're going to paint you in this, like, boom, shoot her off. Lady Gaga comes out.
Look at, they all have.
So now he's going to have something where I was talking to somebody about Lady Gaga. I was like, when she first came out, her videos were weird, and people were coming on to Lady Gaga's case, and it was like, oh, she's weird, she must do this, and she's crazy, and she's this, and then now, she's an actress. She
singing at the inaugurations and things.
Yeah, singing at inaugurations and full dresses and then she went on her body positivity kick years ago when she's like, this is just my body. I'm gonna be curvy and all of that. She was able to change. So we see this with entertainers all the time. It's nothing new. And I'm with you in that,
Can I
did what they really do, and they're getting results, very measurable, earned in PR land, earned organic results that they don't have to pay for.
And I just gotta be petty real quick. If you're gonna get on your little soapbox, know the difference between sale and sell.
Oh God, what happened?
Because it's like y'all out here selling your soul to the devil. I didn't know your soul was on a discount sale. If it's sell people. Like, I'm just, because I get what they trying to say, but get y'all words together before y'all start getting on your soapbox telling people how to live their life and what they doing and what you won't do.
That's funny.
Because I want to comment.
So we're on the same page as it comes to Lil Nas X. What his team did. And now everybody, even for Christians, it's like, you can't say that you're not sitting back in the cut and you're gonna be like, okay, now what's he gonna do next? You're still paying attention.
You are.
You're not.
Either you praying for him or you watching what he gonna do next. So I'm just either way you're talking about that child.
Yeah. So kudos to the PR team. Kudos on the rollout. I mean, there's, you know what I mean?
I feel bad for the artist because he wasn't named in the suit. So therefore, his team was smart. Now I'm gonna say this: his team legally protected him, though, and that was the beautiful part of. No matter what your views are, if your team, they knew what was going to be the backlash of them buying those Air Maxes and doing the modifications to them. So the artist is on the hook for the modifications and the use of Nike and all that other stuff. Lil Nas X, he's nowhere on the suit. And I'm like, oh, that's whoever his attorney is, whoever advised him, read that contract correct and say, I release all liabilities. They could listen. They read that clause in their contracts.
He was covered with the blood of Jesus and by his team when it came down to that.
I'm just saying, because everybody's like, oh, that's what he gets. So I'm like, y'all didn't read what was said. Like, y'all are playing and not realizing what actually was in the suit. Y'all want to vilify him, but one thing you can't vilify is the fact of, look at the filing, people. They're not suing him. They're not because you want to be mad at that child so bad, but you can't. Like, he protected himself and his team did. Kudos to the legal team. Kudos to the PR team. Kudos to the digital marketing team, because I'm gonna tell you something. They strategically placed that, and the video is on Facebook. Like, literally, it's on Facebook, and every time somebody makes a post about it, here comes the video in the news feed. I'm like, ain't this a mess? Because I'm gonna see how many views this video has on YouTube.
And I tried to get my trademark attorney to come on, but it's 6:00 on the West Coast. But for some of you guys that aren't aware, right along the rollout of the video and the imagery and everything being dropped by Lil Nas X, there were then images in a partnership where he had these Nike shoes that they said were satanic. In the bottom of the shoes, they said was a drop. Was it a drop of human blood?
It's one drop of human blood. This video got 43 million views.
Exactly.
How much YouTube paying for that?
I can't. No, it's the it's people watching it on replay.
But he hit the nice shit
to have, 43 million views at this fast as an artist again.
4
PR
days
team
ago.
and marketing team wins.
4 days ago.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's 10 million views.
Wait a minute.
That's over 10 million views a day.
Then the shoe was $1,000.
Was it just one pair that he was selling?
One pair.
Yeah, so he collabed with an artist. Now, I've seen these. I actually have a friend that does custom shoes for NBA and NFL players. So it's not uncommon that people take, Nike, Adidas, all those shoes, and then customize them and make them the way that they want for their feet. That's not out the gate. And I think that those brands are used to it. They're not going to spend like legally, like I'll just put my attorney hat on. Like it costs a lot of money to sue. They don't want to waste their legal time, like for one person creating these custom shoes. But in this situation where it's getting so much buzz to the fact that people think that Nike actually either commissioned this artist or that the artist was connected to Nike, which is then connected to the video and all of the satanic things, they had to step in and say, now I'm going to sue you because you did this without our authorization and it's damaging to our brand. So we saw this coming a mile away. So now PR team is in crisis management mode because people thought that, and because they weren't aware, I'm pretty sure PR firm is getting paid a grip right now to fix this shit.
But the thing is with Nike though, and this is the spin on it. It's more of they're afraid of losing the family or losing that market for 100 pairs of shoes or 60 whatever how many pairs of shoes. They don't want to be associated with something like that because they didn't drive the boat on that. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
So it's more of, I think this is more of a flex. Like, why didn't you come to us first? Now you about to be on punishment,
right?
Because Nike is not one to go do something and ask for apology later. You got to ask first, and then you know what I'm saying. So that because the fact of the matter is, they purchased the shoes from Nike. They purchased those shoes and then they modified them.
Right.
So if they would have just let, there was no way around not saying they're Nike Air Maxes to sell their product. So there's so many different legal loops that they could, for anybody to say, oh, they suing Lil Nas X, listen, he's not named in the suit because it was not his, it's not, he did not pick the shoe up, say that. Like, that's not what, so stop saying, because I saw something that was so mean, and I'm like, all you saying is good for because he's part of the LGBTQIA plus community, that's why you saying that's good, they should have sued his. First of all, that's some hateful stuff to say. And second of all, really? Really? Well, I said, then I really want to say comment, but you ain't felt that way when your baby mama sued you, so why are you talking? Like, it's just, he moved the meter. He actually broke the meter. He did what he set out to do. He spoke out about how he fought, he had the hang-ups when he's growing up as a young queer child, how, then when he came out, they tell him to go to hell. So when he finally go, why y'all mad?
And I'm gonna post all of this because I just think it's my thing is we're growing up or we're living in a world, or first of all, in any type of PR situation, just like we discussed today, I have to wrap because I have a podcast interview, and it's just crazy, Chandra. Like, I got the thing and then all of a sudden it's a YouTube thing, and I was like, oh, so I gotta actually do something with my face. Anywho, but I think in any situation, even in some of the things that we do you have to have values and all of that? Absolutely. But if you're trying to assess the situation on whether or not somebody marketed themselves appropriately, or is it PRable, or did they PR themselves good? We have to separate ourselves out of it, look at it for what it is, and say,
Yep.
they just, PR'd the hell out of this campaign. Literally the hell. We can't.
I ain't even mad. Kudos, team.
They PR'd the hell out of it. That was hot.
Literally.
Hot. And it's like, there is more crazy, there's more good things steamrolling from this, especially if he's able, and he's saying this was art, this was this. So now on the creative meter, people are looking at him as a creative artist who expresses himself unapologetically. Because I was reading a bunch of the music pros online, like Frank Gaston was just singing his praises, and Frank got ripped a new one. And there are some things, but just from what I know from the entertainment industry, I'm not going to go there, just how some of the stuff that they do. But
Frank, nobody said no when DMX was in a tub full of blood.
Listen, I was like, and what was the name of the CD? It's Dark and
Hell is Hot.
And I'm sitting here, what's my name?
Hey, we was up there getting it. Like, yeah. I ain't bought that much. And I'm like, yes, we was in there with it and growling and barking.
Listen, I have the whole album on my Tidal, and I listen to it as I work. So just like you said, there is DMX, there's 3 6 Mafia, there's Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, this isn't the first time.
Madonna did a whole quote unquote sacrilegious whole album, all the visuals. Like, listen,
if they're like DMX, they're gonna come back. They're gonna if Christians, they're gonna come back. So, you know what I mean? And if they don't, that's their preference. We have to stop forcing or inserting our faith and doing it, to me, like, this is going to take a whole nother direction, but like, and doing it in a way that's so forceful to the point people don't even want to look into it. So now, like, let's just say you were open to having the conversation with Lil Nas X or his team, or that was the way he felt, because we have to be honest in how Christians have treated the LGBTQ plus community historically over all these years.
Yep.
So he's definitely giving you the middle finger as he goes off in this other direction, and it's just like, look, you kind of like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't, but I don't want to be. Look at how you guys are reacting right now. I kind of made the right choice.
The first thing he did when he came out, you going to hell, okay? Like, y'all need to stop.
I went in my video. Now you can see it, and this is what it was like.
You know how you mad because you said I was going somewhere, so I just took a trip. Like,
a trip, I created it, I visualized it, but girl, that's a whole nother, like.
With that lace front though, I ain't even gonna give that baby his props. Now that hair was done. Now, like,
I said, I'm just gonna see whatever visuals are circulating around. But
that's what I'm looking at. The visuals, the pictures. Listen, whoever was the creative team on that.
This isn't the first time. I mean, The Weeknd. Remember when all the kids were coming out, and I remember I was driving in a car and I had somebody else's kid in my car. We were going somewhere, and she said, "Miss Frazier, one of the Weeknd songs came on. It was like when he first came out and blew up." And she says, "Oh, he worships the devil." And I said, "He does?" And she says, "Yeah, you're supposed to listen to all of his music videos, but listen to all the songs, but do it backwards, because then it like, it's this progression. And she says, we all know it because of whatever social media platform they learned it from." And I said, "Oh, really? I didn't know." But if you think about it, again, separating the self from a marketing standpoint, guess how many streams and guess how many times people are viewing it, because now they're trying to watch it in a certain order to put the videos, to piece the videos together to see this long theatrical, his quote unquote trip to hell, or him selling his soul, like you said. So whatever, it's not the first time, and it sure as hell won't be the last. So I like to thank you guys all for tuning in. So we are definitely not saying that this is a PR fail. This is actually PR success.
Girl, I could have been an intern on that one, honey. Like that is award-winning public relations, not no award that you pay to get so that you say you had an award. This is an award-winning campaign that hit every like if in a textbook. When you look at what is a successful PR campaign, this is going to go in there.
And for marketing and everything, I'm judging the Webby Awards right now. And one of the things in the categories that we have to look at is just overall best organic reach and media. And one of the things that they have to prove up in their videos, or they have to prove up to us as judges, is where did you start and what did you get without even having to pay for it and measure it. And when you see the length of where this campaign has gone and around the world and the numbers that he didn't have to pay for, look, the sun is now shining in my face. It's God. It's a halo.
Because you know what it's the truth. Like, and this, listen,
what you want, it was nice to chit chat with you this morning. Chandra and I are on the same page as PR professionals, so you can be as mad as you want. We were able to separate our personal beliefs from.
Trust and believe. My clapback is not what you want.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna weigh in on the group. I don't know if I want to.
I know, because I tread lightly. Because my cuss outs be, I don't. Call it what you want. I got your phone number. You say something, I'm gonna call you, and so therefore I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm like, y'all real funny. That's why you.
Well, you guys let us know what you think in the comments. Send me a message, Leah at think3media.com. I will be posting this teaser. Chandra, I'll send you the teaser as well. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. And would you, if you were a publicist, would you be able to separate the actual duties of your business from the message itself? I mean, it's a great question. We want to know.
Yep.
And send me any other topics you like for us to review. Like Chandra and I said, there's so much going on. We can't even keep up. And we're just trying to, hey girl, do you have an hour before you go to bed to talk about this? And we got this person. And then, like, there's so many PR.
Can y'all stop doing stuff for 2 weeks so we can get our life together?
All in cahoots and just say we're not gonna fuck up for a whole week. That would be great because I can't keep up.
Oh, pseudo celebrities and celebrities. Let's just go ahead and say that.
Yeah, with A-list, D-list, all it Z-list, all of
double Z-list, yes.
And just say we're gonna give Leah and Chandra a break so they can get their work done. But stay tuned for the next PR Petty. I've gotten you guys feedback. I was told that this is your absolute favorite part of the podcast, and so I'm always Chandra tells me she's gonna come on because I would hate to do these by myself.
Because we get a good kiki though. Because sometimes it's like
talking about it anyway, so we might as well just record it. So, all right, you guys, I have to shoot off. You know what to do: subscribe, rate, review, leave me a comment. I always try to respond back as quickly as I can to you guys. And thank you guys for your support of the podcast. And until next time.